When my wife and I drove home from our premarital counseling appointment, I remember feeling a hot mixture of anger and shame. Though she hadn't broken off the engagement or rejected me, I was so mad at myself for putting us in a difficult position. I clutched the steering wheel tightly, in the same way that shame clutched me tightly, crushing any feeling of worth or value. For months, I'd been dreading this moment, the day I'd have to lay bare my financial failures before the woman I wanted to marry. What a worthless future husband I was. The shame felt suffocating, like a heavy blanket draped over my shoulders that I couldn't shake off. Shame is different from guilt. Guilt says, I did something bad. Shame says, I am bad. Guilt focuses on behavior that can be changed. Shame attacks identity itself. Guilt motivates us toward confession and repentance. Shame drives us toward hiding and isolation. I've been living in shame's shadow for many months, convinced that if people really knew the depth of my financial mess, they would reject me. Shame whispered lies about my worth, my lovability, my future. It told me I was beyond redemption, too broken to be fixed. But that day on the phone with my parents, something beautiful happened. As I stumbled through my confession, waiting for my parents' shock or disappointment, I found something I hadn't expected. Acceptance. Not approval of my choices, but acceptance of me despite my failures. In Psalm 25, David pleads for this kind of acceptance. In you, Lord my God, I put my trust. I trust in you, do not let me be put to shame, nor let my enemies triumph over me. No one who hopes in you will ever be put to shame. Psalm 25 1-3 NIV. David understood that shame thrives in darkness but withers in the light of God's love. Later, he would write, I sought the Lord, and he answered me, he delivered me from all my fears. Those who look to him are radiant, their faces are never covered with shame. Psalm 34 4-5 NIV. Notice that David doesn't say God delivered him from his problems, he delivered him from his fears. The circumstances may remain challenging, and the consequences of our sin may be severe, but the paralyzing power of shame is broken when we bring our failures into God's light. Radiant faces, never covered with shame. This is God's desire for his children. Not because we're perfect, but because his love is perfect. Not because we have no reason for shame, but because his grace is greater than any reason shame might offer. Your worst failure is not stronger than God's forgiveness. Before we look deeper into God's mercy tomorrow, I hope you'll pause and meditate on that sentence. Your worst failure is not stronger than God's forgiveness.
I sought the Lord, and he heard me and delivered me from all my fears. They looked unto him, and were lightened, and their faces were not ashamed, and saved him out of all his troubles. Unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul. O my God, I trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed. Let not mine enemies triumph over me. Yea, let none that wait on thee be ashamed. Let them be ashamed which transgress without cause.